So this person has worked at Salesforce as an onboarding director, Uber as a development vehicle operator, and is currently doing autonomous vehicle training at Cruise Automation. This person is also a professional public speaker, and for a company called Speak Performance International. It's a company that he founded himself, and he is also a Europe alumni from the San Francisco site. Without further ado, I would like to introduce OVinspires.
I've been speaking for about 3 years, and Gerardo's the only person who said my name right. Can you believe that? Everyone always says my name wrong, so I always introduce myself by saying, "Hi, my name is Ovi," like Obi-Wan Kenobi. That's the way to do it, you know. Or sometimes I say, "My name is Ovi." That's how we rock and roll. But I've got some stuff that I will be sharing with you here. So this is the magic box, all right? So keep an eye on the magic box. It's so magic it might fly. I'm just kidding. I put a lot of stuff in it so it doesn't fly. Do me a big favor and please stand up. Stand up. Just stand up. This activity will take about 33 and a half minutes. Someone was like, whoa. Please look at the person on the left. See, some of you, I pointed to the other side and we got look at the person on the right. All right, cool. Now, please sit down. I know, I hear you. It's like, what? What's the point? The point of this is this. Did you look at their body language a little bit? Maybe subconsciously? I know some of you said turn left and I said go the other way and you turn right. People will judge you by how you stand without you even saying a word. So make sure when you stand proud. I'm a farm boy from the sugarcane fields of Guatemala. When I began to learn English in the United States in 2008, I used to say, "Hi, my name is Ovidilio. I'm from Watermelon." People would say, "What?" I said, "You don't know Watermelon? It's next to Mexico." I don't know what country that is, man. And then I learned the importance of enunciation. So it's not Watermelon, it's Guatemala. Now I know. I was born in a very, very, very poor village. We were so poor that we could only afford one pair of shoes for the entire year. How many pairs? One. And we would have to make sure they were steel-toe shoes so they would last the whole year. To this day in my village, Aldea El Chontel de la Gomera Escuintla de Guatemala, there is no running water. To this day. We had electricity until the year 2000. That's when the first time we had electricity in my house. We would use car batteries to power up our black and white TV, those boxes, and then when the battery will run out of charge, the screen will just go look slow, small. And then we knew it was time to take the battery to the nearest place so that they could recharge it. And we had to leave it there for about 2 days and then go pick it up. And my mom hated that process. You know why? Because she couldn't watch her novelas. The soap operas. And when the TV was ready to rock and roll, we could not watch our cartoons. Do you know why? Because my mom had to watch her novelas. And if you would watch the TV and discharge the battery, and my mom had to watch the novela, and it had no charge, you would get whooped. With a chancla, you know. I'm a farm boy from the sugarcane fields of Guatemala who, at 6 months old, got his father taken away because someone killed him. So I never met my dad And I didn't know when he died until I was about 13 years old when I went to the tumba, to the tombstone, and I read where it says Manuel Sagastume, born on this date, died on this date. And I was like, so that means I was this much old. Because I never heard anything about him because my mom never talked about him. So, sometimes, our life is tough. We think that because we grew up poor, because we grew up without parents, because we may have been left alone as a teenage in our teenage times, we think that because of that I will not make it. Because of this is going to be the baggage that I'm going to carry my whole life as an excuse of why it's too hard for me to make it. But you got to let go of the big, heavy, nasty baggage that sometimes make you a pessimist, sometimes make you have bad attitude, and sometimes make you have bad days. And those bad days turn into bad weeks, and so on and so forth. But I decided that I am not going to be a victim. I'm going to act and become a victor. So I come to the United States, walking in the desert for a day and a half. I almost died. I remember we had no water, we had no food. After 8 hours, we already ate our burrito. They gave us one burrito and 1 gallon of water, all gone. Sunlight strong. 4 guys, 1 lady. She was fainting. It was very hard, dehydrated. She was fainting. Her boyfriend was coming with her. Her boyfriend would tell our guide, al coyote, we call them coyotes, said, man, please help my girlfriend. She's fainting. Do something. And the coyote, the guide, would turn to him and say, dude, I'm a guide. I'm not a freaking doctor. And here I find thinking to myself as a teenager, will I make it? And all I knew was, I already worked in the sugarcane fields of Guatemala. I already harvested mango, frijoles, corn. I already harvested yuca. I worked in those tough jobs that you work in the third world country. I can make it through this desert. So I made it to the United States of America, the land of opportunity, where I can turn all my adversities into triumphs, where I can tell my story and inspire someone here. In public speaking, they say 30% of your audience wants to get inspired. 30% of your audience wants to get informed. 30% of your audience wants to get entertained. And 10% won't care. Whatever you say. So to those 10%, I say, God loves you, and I'm trying. In 2006, I arrived in the United States. I worked in a warehouse, box after box after box after box, like most immigrants here that have no documents and have to do the hard labor. I became all built up after a while. My nickname was Six Pack. That's right. I still got it. Unlike many parents, my mom did not want me to go to school. She says, you're going to come to the United States, help me work, we're going to build a house in Guatemala, and we're going to go back. And that's the plan. Do you agree, yes or no? I said, let's do it, Mom. But 2 years later, I said, I need to speak English, man, I need to. I'm tired of going to McDonald's trying to order a burger and not being able to say, can I have the one on menu number 3? Because they would say, sorry, I don't speak Spanish. The person who speaks Spanish is taking a break. So I'll be like, oh, I have to wait now, you know. My mom said, you really want to go to school, huh? I said, that's what I've been telling you. You know, like, es lo que le estoy diciendo. She said, no, you won't go. I said, why? She says, if you go to school and they find out that you work in a warehouse with heavy machinery at night, you're going to get me in trouble. because you're underage. I said, but I need to speak English, Mom. One day she went to the doctor, had an appointment. No one there spoke Spanish. That was my lucky day. And I said, Mom, this is why I need to learn English. She said, okay, tomorrow we're going. I said, not tomorrow, today. So we went the same day. They said, what do you need to get? I said, I need to get vaccines. Boom, 7 here and like another 14 here. I was like, hijo de la China. The same day I had to go work at the warehouse, bags after bags. I said, I got, noodle arms like this. Can't do it. Finally, enrolled, Tennyson High School, March 2008, begin to learn English. Hi, my name is Ovidio. I'm from Watermelon. What? Then I said, what's the best way? What's the fastest way to learn English? One of my friends said, look, Ovidio, I learn English quickly in the United States. If you want to learn English fast, you got to get a girlfriend who speaks English. So I said, what if I want to learn twice as fast? Some of you are like, I got it. He says, yep, you have to stop watching Univision. Because everything is in Spanish in Univision. So you have to consume everything in English, he said. Music, TV, books. Get together with friends who only speak English. Because you become the average of your 5 closest friends. That's research-based. You earn the average of your 5 closest friends. When I found that out, I said, I'm going to get 2 girlfriends then. When I found that out, I said, I'm going to switch my habits. Began to learn English, and I was able to say things, and I was able to speak things. I was able to say, hi, my name is Ovidio. I'm from Guatemala. I would like to get a job. Where do I get an application to get a job? They said, sorry, you don't have a social security number. You're undocumented. You're illegal. I said, okay then, I'm going to construction. Let's do this. Work in construction for a little while. I hated that job. I hated it. I've done tough jobs, but I hated that one. That was not for me. I kept looking for an opportunity. 2014, I get my DACA, Deferred Action for Early Childhood Arrivals. Allows you to get work permit so you can legally work and travel within the U.S., but you cannot travel outside, otherwise you're not let back in, unless you have a special permission from immigration. So my mom gets sick in 2015, very, very sick. And I said, when my grandma got sick in 2009, she passed away 2 months later. I gotta go see my mom. I asked immigration permission, I need to go see my mom, she's sick. Immigration says, granted permission to travel out, not guaranteed to be allowed back in. I said, I'm taking the risk. Sometimes you gotta take the risk. When the desire is big enough, you gotta take the risk. When the dream is big enough, you gotta take the risk. You gotta let go of some things that we're holding on. I remember a guy telling a story about an eagle, strong eagle, flying around the ocean. Above the ocean. The strong eagle flying above the ocean sees the fish, big fish, and says, I'm gonna catch this fish. Catches the fish, puts on the claws, and when the eagle puts on the claws, it never lets go. And the fish is too big. And the eagle is trying to drag it, but the eagle never, ever gives up. So what ends up happening is, the fish is so big, the eagle ends up drowning. So I said, what do I have to let go of so that I can achieve higher things, so that I can do other things? I know some of you may have some friends that may think of you like, man, you dressed up this nice for what? What is this year program all about? What is it that they give you some money every month? Because every time I would get my check, I was like, I got my check. And then during the internship, I was like, the check is bigger. Check is bigger. And now the check is even bigger. I have here $100. I just printed it. I'm just kidding, all right? If I were to give you this $100 right now, would you take it? If so, say aye. Aye. Yeah, I would take it too. If you can hear my accent, say aye. Aye. I can hear it too. But I want to let you know, and if you have an accent, know this too, that I speak with an accent, but I don't think with an accent. The winning side of this is that a lot of ladies think it's sexy. Take a look at this $100, and I'm gonna crush it. Which one of you still want it? Okay, they will definitely know you're ambitious. That's good, that's good. Take a look at this $100 bill, and I'm gonna throw it to the ground where everyone has been there, and I'm gonna step on it a little bit, and a little bit more, and a little bit more, and a little bit more. And who still wants it? Who would be willing to come pick it up? A lot of people, right? Now, let me ask you this. Why do you still want it? A piece of paper with a few numbers written on, with Mr. Benjamin Franklin there. It still has value, right? Have you noticed that some people, sometimes, and sometimes too often, they have been mistreated. They have been thrown to the ground morally, mentally, verbally. They have been destroyed by those very people who sometimes they love the most. And they think they lost their what? Their value. So we have to realize that even though we've been thrown down, put down to the ground, verbally, hopefully not physically, unless you do lucha libre. We have to realize that we still have value. And that if you look at your scars, hopefully not physically, that you're a survivor, that you're a warrior. You're someone who has made it through the tough times. And there's a quote that says, "Tough times reveal a man to its true character." So you are a person of true character. And think of that value that you have. By the way, I'm going to keep the $100 bill, right? Think of that value that you have and use it as inspiration, as a drive, as the charge to portray your bigger dreams, to work towards the bigger dreams. I remember when my grandma died, I was in my U.S. history class in high school. My phone rang, ring, ring. The teacher was like right in front. I'm like, hello, because I saw the phone number was from Guatemala. I was like, hello. And I was like, mijo, tu abuela. Then she was saying, your grandma. I said, what? She said, she passed away. I said, oh my God. Here I find myself, a teenager living alone in the U.S., having to work in the warehouse during the night, go to school during the day, and would have to make my own food during the daytime. I said, I'm going to quit school. I can't do this no more. My grandma raised me because my mom came to the U.S. the first time when I was 8 years old. So my grandma raised me from there. My grandma raised me, like they say, a chingadazos. You know, my grandma was tough, 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 tough. Tough love. But the grandma love is the best love. And many people agree with me on this one. So I'm going to quit school. I went to my counselor, and I didn't just quit because in my mind I believe that if you quit school, the police will come get you to your house to take you to school the next day. That's what I thought in my mind, you know, because you're a foreigner, you don't really know the system. So I was like, I thought if I quit school, the police will come get me to the house tomorrow and take me to school. So I said, I want to quit, but I don't want to quit getting in trouble. So I went to talk to Miss Vasquez. So Miss Vasquez, I can't do this no more. My grandma died. I am very sad. Can't do this. I work in the warehouse. I am tired. I have to cook for myself. Every day I was making myself sandwiches, you know. So she said, Ovidio, let me ask you this question. I said, what's the question? Nothing will convince me. Whatever you say, nothing will convince me not to quit school. I'm tired of this. She said, you already speak some English, right? I said, right, because I have already been 1 year in school. I said, if you were to walk up to your grandma and say, Grandma, my grandma's name is Doña Elena Sarceño. And I would say, Grandma, I want to quit school. What would your grandma say? And I was like, my grandma would say, you stupid, mijo. What do you mean you want to quit? You were born to win, not to quit. And she said, that's what your grandma would say? I said, that's what my grandma would say. And she said, the thing that really turned my mind around. And I just didn't expect to hear this. She said, now your grandma's watching you from heaven. I said, I hope she's there. Because you know she used to, orale. Your grandma's watching you from heaven. She can watch you graduate now. I said, can I just go home for today then? She said, go ahead, mijo. Take the day. But come back tomorrow, all right? No problem. Next day, stronger than ever. I said, now I'm going to learn English 3 times as fast. So guess what I did? Now what you're thinking. I started practicing English in school, at work. I would listen to radio, everything in English, everything in English. Even at Mexican restaurants, I would say, hi, can I please get a burrito? I would say, I watched the nopal in your face. What do you mean speaking English? Guys, like you, I was very fortunate to have found out about Year Up. I said, what is this Europe thing? You know? No, it's Year Up. I said, it sounds like Europe to me. You mean they give you some money every month and they give you free college credits? What is this? Is this really, really real? I said, yes. Okay, let's do it. Did not doubt it anymore. I signed up, PM class. I learned that I could dress up because you can dress to impress. You can dress for access. And you can dress so you feel great. Feels that personal confidence, the self-esteem. I learned the core values. I learned that I'm really bad at IT. I'm really bad at coding. I'm just really bad at all the numbers. Excel, oh my God. Have you ever seen the Matrix film? I felt like I was taking bullets, like boom, 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 boom. What do you mean VLOOKUPs? Forget it. Someone said, Ovidio, make sure you share what you love. I said, there's one thing I know I love for sure. I said, what is it? I love public speaking. I love it. And I said, I wonder why we don't have Toastmasters here. And I talked to one of the instructors and we started the Toastmasters Club for the first time in the Year Up Bay Area. And then they put me into the PM class because everything else I would fail. I would just totally fail. I knew I would not make it. And they knew it too. That's the bad part. You go through the modules, go through the test, and you partner up with your buddies. And sometimes there's someone who you don't really talk much, but their strength is your biggest growth area. So you still have to partner up with that person. You have to learn those interpersonal skills and how to make things work out for you. I get the opportunity to go to Salesforce. Onboarding coordinator, global boot camps every 2 weeks, and I will meet people from all over the world. And they would be like, man, you look very sharp. I said, I know. I have worked as a computer technician for Apple. as a robot technician for Tesla. I have worked at Salesforce during my internship. I have worked on self-driving cars for Uber. I hated when I worked at Uber. Not because of my job, but because when I would tell people I work at Uber, guess what they thought I did? That's right. That's right. I was like, I don't even have a car, man. I can't do that one. Now I work on self-driving cars at Cruise Automation, and it's wonderful. Europe transformed my life. And there's so many things that are waiting for you after you graduate that you may not be aware of that are just great. Graduation is a remarkable experience. The mentorship, almost unmatchable. The day of my graduation, my mentor took me out shopping. He spent like $1,000 on buying me clothing. I said, Mitch, I don't need this much, you know? He said, it's okay, we have a credit card. If it's yours, I'm all good. As a farm boy from the sugarcane fields of Guatemala, I thought that because I grew up without a father, I thought that because I grew up in a very, very poor village, I thought that because I came to the U.S. as undocumented, I thought because one day I was driving from work at 3 a.m., so I was coming home, the police pulled me over because I was driving really, really fast. I felt like I was fast and furious. You know, I was driving fast and the police got furious. So he pulled me over and said, young man, can I see your driver's license? And I said, I don't have one, officer, because I was undocumented. He says, I'm going to have to take your car. Here you find myself at 3 a.m. taking out my backpack from the car, taking out my books from the car on the side of the road, and watch my car get hooked on the toad and just watch it get towed away. And I had to go to school the next day at 7 a.m. So I called my friend, hey, Luis, me paró la policía. Huh? Police pulled me over. He said, why are you driving so fast, man? I said, I'm trying to go to sleep. If you take nothing else from my talk today, take this. Let me pull out the $100. Even if you've been through tough times, even if you've been thrown down verbally, physically, even if people have done some damage to you, to your self-esteem, to your self-confidence, know that you have the power to make a choice. I made a choice that day when she said, what would your grandma say? And she would say, you stupid, mijo. Just know that it's possible. That thing that you're looking forward to, it's possible. But it's up to you to dress up, get up, and show up. It's up to you. It's only you, the person that you see in the mirror, that will tell you the real truth. Am I doing enough? Am I going the extra mile? They say the extra mile is never overcrowded. So I always did the extra mile. I have been paid, what's this? $7,000 to speak for 1 hour. 1 single hour. Can you still hear my accent? Yeah, it's incredible. A farm boy from the sugarcane fields of Guatemala. Never thought in my life. And I still keep a full-time job. Hey, how am I going to reject $50,000 a year? I can't reject that. Plus the job is easy. You just do your work. It comes to personal responsibility, personal reliance, and of course, make sure you give value to those around you. Because my philosophy is easy. I want to make my friends successful so I can have successful friends. But I gotta make them successful first. They say what you put in, you take out. It's like the bank account, you know, put in $100, you can take out $100. Take out more, you're in debt. I have a small gift here for you. And after this, we're gonna jump into the Q&A. I have a book and a CD that I have published 5 books because I have a publishing company and I have a public speaking company. I've spoken in universities and I never went to college, right? Just year up, which is more than enough for me. I have here, I would like to give this to one person. Who would like it? Who would like to take this home? Okay, I'm going to give it to you right now for free. Who wants it? Well, I'm giving it to you. It's free. You're not going to pay anything. Who wants it? Give him a big round of applause. I'll give him a big round of applause. You're the man. Yeah, he's good. He's good. Now, one mic. One mic. I know the trick, you see? Please give him a big hand. What's your name? Arturo. Tiene nombre de telenovela, you know, like. I say, what's your name? He's like, Arturo. I can feel that one. It is up to you. And no matter how bad you want it, nothing will happen. Like Albert Einstein says, nothing happens until you move. You gotta get up, dress up, show up. Thank you, guys.